Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Salt Lake City Snowhawks, the expansion franchise here on Madden 25. Today, we're starting off in the fourth quarter of this divisional game against the Los Angeles Rams as we currently lead 21-20 here as we start the fourth quarter. The Rams have first down as they now take over at our 35-yard line. Mac Jones now the quarterback for the Rams after Matthew Stafford abruptly retired following this past season. Mac Jones now on the drop back here. First down over the middle has a man. I want to say that's Tyler Higbee. As that got 6 yards. Our Snowhawks 2-2 here to start the year 2 of this expansion franchise. As we come off a win last time against the Seattle Seahawks as we swept them in our season series. And McFadden there getting home on the blitz there. Mika McFadden, his second sack of the game. A late addition to this roster, was cut by the Giants after the preseason. And we took him in, and he's been a stellar, in the first 4 or 5 games to start his career as a Snowhawk. That time getting home along with a couple others as a big sack this time forces LA all the way back towards the 45. And now it's going to be 3rd and long. And now here 3rd and 15 at the 40 rather. 21-20 here. Mac Jones out there empty. As he has time to throw, now being chased there by DeMarcus Walker, and Jones has to get rid of that one. And a tremendous defensive stand here by the Snowhawks. There's Max Melton already an interception in this game. I think the first play from scrimmage in this game. Max Melton an interception. And then Trey Benson a touchdown soon thereafter. Now a 57-yard attempt here for the lead. That kick is up. Looks good. And that one is good. And the Rams now make it 23-21 Cardi. That's his second field goal he's hit from beyond 50 in this game. As the Rams now up 2 points. And now here comes rookie Lucas McDonald, 2-2 to start his career, 23rd overall pick out of Georgia Tech. And he has had a good start. Really struggled there in week 3 against Tampa Bay, but otherwise has put together some solid play. And we'll see here if he can lead a game-winning drive late in this game against a division opponent. The Snowhawks 2-0 already in division play. As that time just a dump off there for Marvin Harrison Jr. gets 5. Now 2nd and 5, there's Harrison Jr. in motion. As he goes out wide towards the far sideline. McDonald fakes, going to chuck this one down the field. Harrison Jr. And that's broken up there. Good coverage down the field there by Williams. I thought McDonald was going to drop that in the bucket in stride there for Harrison. But just a little underthrown in that spot. Still a good ball. Very deep down the field. As now it's 3rd and 5. McDonald a quick one there over the middle. And that's going to be hung on there by Jahan Dotson moving the chains. Really good catch there on 3rd down by Dotson through contact. As now McDonald on the drop back. Swings that to the sideline again for Dotson. And that's going to get the first down. Dotson 2 first downs on consecutive plays. Now at the 46, McDonald another drop back. Going to dump that for Mo Ali Cox, the tight end. And that's going to get 7. Now 2nd and 3, 6:30 left in this ball game. McDonald fakes to Benson. Going to go down the field now. A jump ball there, and again, the Harrison Jr. the intended target, as that's knocked incomplete. I think Cameron Curl, the safety there, in coverage. Now 3rd and 3 at the 47. McDonald now from the shotgun. Going to just dump that off for Mo Ali Cox, and that will get the first down. McDonald now directly under center. Benson, the lone back here. First down at the 43. Faked Benson. And McDonald going to be brought down. A big sack that time for 11. The second sack of the day. This time it's Spates. As the Rams, a good play there to force us back into our own territory. Not what you needed there on first down. Now 2nd and 21. Back into Snowhawks territory. This time I'm going to give to Benson as he works it outside. Only gets 2. Only 29 yards for Benson on 8 carries, but does have 2 touchdowns this week. Now 3rd and 19. McDonald steps up, going to try and run for it. As he does have space, and he gets the first down. That one a 23-yard rush, as he's now up to 58 rushing yards. Now just 4 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Great scramble that time for McDonald. Now gets to Benson up the middle. Benson only 3. 2nd and 7 now at the 26. Fake the end around, give it to Benson up the middle. Better run that time, get 6. Now 3rd and 1 here at the 20. McDonald will drop back here. And he's going to fumble. And that's going to be recovered by Brady Christensen. I thought the arm was going forward there for McDonald as it was hit there. Good play by the Rams. But heads up play there. Benson just barely able to pick up that blitz, but really doesn't do a good job of it, as Spate's able to still knock it down. Had the sack, makes a big play again here, but Brady Christensen able to recover that one. Heads up play by the left tackle, and a 45-yard field goal attempt here for Blankenship to take the lead. Kick is up, and that one is good, as Salt Lake City now up 24-23. Just over 2 minutes left in this game, and the Rams a high-powered passing attack coming back out there with Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, and Mac Jones has done a solid job after throwing that early interception. And now the Rams here on the return, as they'll be brought down. Good tackle there, and Mac Jones now will lead this team 23 out of 31, 287 passing, 2 touchdowns and interception. I think he'll take that box score all day, as now Jones just needs to get them into field goal range here. 2:08 remaining. Each team with all their timeouts. Jones on the drop back. Pressure was starting to collapse the pocket, as he'll dump that off, and that's going to lose a yard. Great tackle there by Jack Gibbons. And now Jones another drop back here, 2nd and 11, as that one going to miss his target. 3rd down. I think Tyler Higbee the target on that last pass attempt. Jones going to be hit as he threw, and that's Xavier Thomas, the sophomore DN, coming off the edge and providing the pressure there. What a play. 4th and 11 now at the 25, and they are going to go for it. This could be the game. Our defense has struggled to get off the field, though, in these spots, I feel. Jones in the pocket, starting to get pressure, just going to throw it downfield, and that's going to be knocked down. And that's what I'm talking about. We're going to take over now at the 25. Better off knocking that down than intercepting it. That's, like a 40, 50-yard difference, whatever the case may be, as our defense denies the Rams here. Tremendous play there by Elijah Jones downfield, as he knocks that down, and the Rams turn it over on downs. Now McDonald and the offense back out there, up by 1. Less than 2 minutes left in this game. 1:45 here at the 25, 24-23. As we'll get to Trey Benson here, and he's going to be wrapped up there at the line. A first down pretty much wins the game, but you got to get there first. 2nd and 10 now, get back to Benson. That's actually Eckler. He gets 3 yards. Eckler's still the back here on 3rd and 7. 1:38 remaining. Tony motions top of the screen. McDonald on the drop back. McDonald going to sit in the pocket now. Going to try and run for it again here using the legs. McDonald, and he's going to be stopped just short there, as he got 5 yards. 4th and 2 at the 17, as the Rams do burn their final timeout. And we're not kicking a field goal here. That would make it 4 points, would force the Rams to have to get a touchdown. Instead, we're going for the win here. Play action over the middle, and just out of the reach there of Mo Ali Cox. A little aggressive there maybe on the 4th down conversion attempt, but I like the play call. A little gutsy, as now the Rams a chance to win. Just a field goal is all you need, and you have plenty of time. Taking over here at the 17. I kind of, would have liked to see them just kick a field goal, go up by 4, and you force the Rams needing a touchdown. And now Puka Nacua, the 3rd leading receiver in the NFL, and he'll take that down to the 36-yard line. And the Rams, just 2 big hits, and you're already in field goal range. And now Mac Jones going to backtrack and be sacked, and that's going to bring back some of what they just got. I think that was DeMarcus Walker, a team attempt there with somebody else, maybe Xavier Thomas. And now again, back-to-back plays. The pass rush gets home for Salt Lake City. And just like that, now just 20 seconds remaining. 3rd and 31. Mac Jones, the pocket presence, just not holding up for him. And that time, good coverage downfield. The protection actually held up, but Mac Jones going to have to throw that one away. Back-to-back sacks, forcing them back so far. 21 yards. And now it's 15 seconds remaining. It all comes down to this. Mac Jones going to roll right, hit as he threw. That's going to be intercepted again by Max Melton, his 2nd of the day, and he'll take that back for the house call. And that's going to make it 30-23 Snowhawks with 6 seconds remaining. And I'm assuming you kick the extra point, make it 8 points, but even then still, the Rams, a 1-possession game, 6 seconds left if you bring it back on a kickoff return. But our defense, huge plays here down the stretch, of course, there. 4th and 31, you just got to make something happen. And Melton, he did make something happen instead, as he brought that back. Snowhawks now up by 7, make it 8, having the extra point. Blankenship now on the kick is up there, make it an 8-point game, and that is good. So 6 seconds left. It really all comes down to this kickoff, although you might just take the touchback and just heave it up, but we will see what they do. Ariza here on the kickoff. as our Snowhawks set to advance to 3-0 in division play, as they will need to take it at the 30. And Mac Jones here, maybe a time for another sack or interception for this defense. Only a 3-man rush, dropping everybody back. Mac Jones going to go deep down the field, as that is knocked down, and the Snowhawks win it here 31-23 at home as they advance to 3-0 in division play. Last year, only one division win this year. We are flawless so far, as we currently are atop the division. We entered this week 2-2, along with the Rams and 49ers all tied, but at 3-0 in the division, 3-2 now. There might be a new sheriff in town when it comes to the NFC West, as our Salt Lake City Snowhawks a tremendous start here for this year 2 season. As we came away with this win in crunch time, our defense came up huge. Those sacks, interception, and we made big plays when it counted, as Mac Jones did throw all over our defense, but still not enough to get the win, as Max Melton 2 interceptions, a pick 6, probably in line to be the defensive player of the week. And we will take a look here at the box score just to see how our players did in this matchup. Mac Jones 25-39 for 305, 2-2, touchdown, interception. But Lucas McDonald 18 for 27, 159, a touchdown, no interceptions. And we don't need him to be anything crazy, just take care of the ball. And that's exactly what he did. He makes plays with his legs. Our leading rusher in this one, 10 for 63. He did fumble, but got that one back. And then Trey Benson, 11 for 38, 2 touchdowns, as I think he had 3 last week. And now Harrison Jr., our leading receiver, 8 for 85, a touchdown. Mo Ali Cox, 4 for 32. Jonah Williams, the only sack allowed on defense. Micah McFadden, Matthew Torrance, the rookie second-round pick, led with 9 tackles. Tackle for loss, a few guys here. 2 sacks for McFadden, 1.5 for Wise Jr., 1 for Xavier Thomas. A half sack there for rookie Caleb Patton. 2 interceptions for Melton. 1 pass defended there by Elijah Jones. Blankenship, 1 for 1, a 45-yarder, 4 for 4 on extra points. And now we do have a couple upgrades here. Number 1 corner here, Max Melton, after maybe the best performance so far on his career. We really hope he can emerge as more of a number 2 guy. Hopefully we can bring in, a true number 1 corner here this offseason. But he's filling the role of that really well here. Just a second-year corner out of Rutgers. And I think here we'll just stick with the archetype here, go man-to-man, as he's now up to 77 overall. His boost here, he gets +2 man, +1 there for play rec and press. And then we also had Matthew Torrance, another stalwart here in our secondary, another young guy who we really hope can emerge over the course of this franchise. Drafted him 36th overall there at Auburn. Very balanced skill set to start, good athlete. And I think we want to get him more hybrid or run support, get that man coverage up. But being a strong safety, I think we at least want to get him to that archetype. So we'll go to that one. And he doesn't get an overall boost, but at least now he gets that scheme fit. So he is going to get an XP boost now every week for being that scheme fit, +2 for awareness play rec, and then +1 for man, as he needs just 20 more snaps to get that hidden dev uncovered. And I think McDonald by now at quarterback should have that uncovered. We'll sim ahead through this week and then take a look at that. Or I guess we could actually wait, because we are going to sim ahead a few games, and he probably will get an XP boost by then. So we do have our first mock draft of the year. And of course we own our pick, and we also have Tampa Bay's pick. But here Seattle, the NFC champions from last year, now projected to have the number 1 pick, as they're projected to go Byron Snow there out of LSU, the number 1 prospect in the draft. And it's too bad that he wasn't available in last year's class, as we probably would have targeted him, Byron Snow, to be the franchise quarterback of the Snowhawks. But it looks like at this point, he's projected to be a Seahawk instead. Dimitri Dupree, a running back here, projected at number 2 overall to the New York Giants. That would make it 2 running backs they selected in the top 5 within the past decade, along there with Saquon Barkley. B.J. Roan here to the Falcons, projected top pass rusher in this draft. The Jaguars projected to go quarterback, so I wonder what that means for Trevor Lawrence. And the Patriots and Packers here selecting offensive tackles in Delvin Barner and Christine Cameron, 2 guys we're heavily targeting in this draft cycle. Definitely want one of the premier offensive tackles in this class. A few pass rushers up here, then Mitch Floyd, another one of those blue chip offensive tackles. It really comes down to Floyd, Cameron, and Barner, so hopefully one of them falls into our laps. But a really good start for our Snowhawks so far at 3-2. Chris Whitworth here, the top corner, someone we very well could target. I would really like to come away with a corner and an offensive tackle with these 2 first-round picks, but also Ben Murray, a vertical threat tight end here out of Utah, projected 16th to the Bengals. I would really like him as well. With 2 first-round picks, we can kind of afford, going to that luxury position, and I think a premier tight end would do a lot for our offense. So we're projected here at 22, and they do have us going Morgan Lippett, pass protector out of Arkansas, 6'5", 309, round 1 and 2 projection. We did add him to our draft board, so we do like what we see there with Morgan Lippett. And then we have the Buccaneers pick, and they were 4-0. I'm not sure what they are now, but of course they started out flawless as we're projected here. Another tackle, so they have us doubling up on tackles in Morgan Lippett out of Arkansas and then Donovan Jordan out of Louisville. But Jamal Stoutmeyer here, corner out of Ohio, maybe someone we target. And then another couple offensive tackles there at the bottom as the Vikings and Chargers right now projected to make the Super Bowl. But I think also in this episode we're going to have to set our super focused scouting on 3 players. So we'll take a more in-depth look at our draft board at that point. But for now, we are just going to simulate a few weeks here, kind of move through this season a little bit, view weekly awards. And Max Melton, 3 tackles, 2 interceptions, a pick 6, as he was the defensive player of the week. Baker Mayfield also up there, so that kind of tells me that the Buccaneers probably won and are now 5-0. I was hoping that they would kind of slip a little bit this year, and they are 5-0 this week at New Orleans. Seattle 0-5, as they're the last winless team in the NFL this season. What a fall off there from Seattle going from the Super Bowl, and now they're 0-5. So we will simulate this Thursday night football game here against the Carolina Panthers. A good start to the year for them, as each of these teams 3-2. We'll see if we can make it 4-2, as we fell there 24-20. We'll take a look at the box score. I guess we could only win division games. I guess that's what it is. But going into our bye week now, week 7, at 3-3, I'll take that. Especially, I'll stress it again, our division record is absolutely phenomenal. But we're going to come out of the bye here at home against the 49ers and then against the Browns. And I think they only have 1 win to this point, and then we'll be back at LA as we'll have our second matchup with them. So I think we'll simulate through the 49ers, through the Browns, and then like we did in the first part of this episode, we'll just watch the fourth quarter, watch the conclusion of our second matchup there with the Rams. So we'll get through in this episode in total, I guess about 6 weeks, 5 games in total. We'll pick it up next time out. Might watch a full game here versus Tennessee, as they do have Kyler Murray as their quarterback now. Or actually, I think in the next episode we'll do an offense and defense game, kind of like what we did in the last episode. And then we'll just simulate this Texans game. And then in the episode after that, we'll pick up a full game here against the Commanders. And then we'll kind of play it by ear from there. But that's kind of our plan here for the remainder of the season. We're going to kind of try and work through it a little bit quicker and try and get into the offseason. I cannot wait for this upcoming offseason. I think the free agent class is going to be a little bit better, as we can upgrade a little bit of players here. And also we have a bunch of draft picks. I think 13 draft picks in this class. A bunch of upgrades here. A bunch of young offensive players. Marvin Harrison Jr. here at the top at 89 overall now. And he does have abilities. His X-Factor ability, yak him up. Then for superstar abilities, we have Steamroller, Short and Elite, and then Short Elite as our offense. We do have a lot of meshes, a lot of crosses, things like that. So we kind of just focus on getting the ball into the hands of our playmakers and letting them do their thing. So he's pretty much at least 90 across the board. Short route at 88, same with release, medium route at 86. So it really doesn't matter where you upgrade him. We'll just keep playing into that playmaker archetype, as now Marvin Harrison Jr. up to a 90 overall, +3 here, ball carrier, vision, +2 for release, and then +1 for a bunch of other categories. Just 23 years old, already probably a top 5, top 10 receiver in the NFL. And we'll go down here to quarterback real quick. Lucas McDonald will take a look. And he needs 4 more snaps, 4 more downs to get that hidden dev uncovered. So we'll see that after this next game. And he's a scrambler. That play action, his weakest trait at 71. But the accuracy ratings all there in the low 80s at least. But I think we will just keep going with the accuracy. Keep playing into that field general. Even though I don't know if he really likes that too much. I think next time when we get an upgrade for him, we'll go back to that scrambler. Kind of even it out a little bit for him. So we have our quarterback, our wide receiver, and now we'll have our running back here, Trey Benson. As he's been racking up the touchdowns as of late. Star Dev, second year out of Florida State. He does have -1 here for break tackle, -1 for carrying, which is at 94. I think we can upgrade the power. Although that one lowers his morale. So yeah, I think upgrading players that's outside their scheme fit, outside their archetype, kind of diminishes their morale a little bit. But we'll still take the upgrades, I guess. We'll kind of watch out for that a little bit more going forward. Now Randy Samuel's another rookie, and he had hidden dev, and that comes back as star dev. We'll definitely take a star dev offensive lineman there from the 3rd round, as he turned out to be the starter here at right guard. The power and the run block ratings definitely need to increase a little bit, but 91 strength, 89 impact block, 87 lead block. Very good to start here. What is he, 23 years old? So I think we'll just keep playing into that agile archetype for now. as he gets +1 awareness, impact block, pass block, and run block finesse, and then +2 for pass block. So not exactly what we wanted to upgrade. I think next time we'll look more towards going at power there for Samuels. Now Isaiah Adams, second-year starter here at left guard. 86 strength, well-rounded, I guess, as a blocker, or I guess more so balanced, not well-rounded, as all his ratings there in the mid-70s. So it really doesn't matter where you go with him at this point. Just keep playing into that agile scheme fit, and that did bump him up. He gets morale boost, and he's now up to a 73 overall, as +2 there for, I think, run block finesse was the top upgrade he got. So McDonald needs 4 more snaps, and then we'll see his development. Would be great to see if he came back as an X Factor or even a superstar. We've now simmed into the next week, so now week 8 here, as we're set to host the 4-3 San Francisco 49ers, as we're currently second in the division. We'll take a look at the NFL standings at this point, kind of just get acclimated at what's going on. So the Chargers actually atop the NFL right now at 6-1. The Eagles lead the NFC at 5-2, and then the Jets at 6-1 here. And Aaron Rodgers, I think, just a 73 overall quarterback at this point, leading the charge there for the Jets, as they did make the playoffs last season, if I recall correctly. The Ravens also 6-1. The Bills at 5-1. Vikings, Bucks. So the Bucks were 5-0 and now have lost 2 straight. We love to see that, even here with the Vikings and Steelers, and then kind of, where you get to the middle pack, a bunch of 4-3, 3-3, 3-4 teams, and then 2-4. And then at the bottom, the Dolphins at 1-5, and they were tremendous last season. Not sure how they fell off so far. And the Giants also at 1-5. And it doesn't show the Seahawks at the bottom here for some reason, but it shows them at the top. They're actually 0-7. So Seattle certainly looks like they're in line to get that number 1 pick. Quarterback Byron Snow, probably who they're going to select in that spot. We'll take a look at some stories here. Really nothing of note, but if you see there, Charles Davis at the bottom right. Not many players in this draft have a bigger chip on their shoulder than the former unranked recruit right outside linebacker Stan Snowden. And we actually did add him to our draft board previously, so it's good to see him pop up there. So now we do have to set our national focus scouting. We'll take a look at the region breakdown. So in the West, we have tight ends as our focus. In the Central, we have corner. In the Northeast, offensive tackle. And then the Southeast, also offensive tackle. That's kind of where I was thinking we would go with our national focus. We'll take a look at the overall board. We see here 3 quarterbacks at the top in Byron Snow of LSU, Aaron McClure of Michigan State, and David Witt here of Penn State. And considering how we got our franchise quarterback last draft, that really plays out well for us, as we can have the other teams kind of, focus on quarterback, and hopefully, one of these tackles or corners falls into our lap. But that really only does us well if we're up the board, in the top 10, which I kind of figure still, even after a good start to the season. But we'll see how it goes. A lot of D tackles, D ends here in this vicinity of the draft. We'll go by position just to see what we should set for our national focus. On the left here, you could see if we favorited anybody. So those players are currently on our board. A couple late round quarterbacks we're targeting. And I kind of just go through offline for the undrafted guys, the day 3 guys, and I just look at their physicals, and if it's anything that kind of stands out, I'll add them to the board and monitor them as we go through the combine and all that. But quarterback, definitely not going to be our national scouting focus. Of course, we have our franchise quarterback already. Running back, we're not going to waste it on that, as it's always a position you can get later on in the draft or maybe even in free agency. Wide receiver, maybe, but I don't think that's really a spot we need to target with Marvin Harrison Jr. Tight end maybe as well, but we did have that as our focus scouting in, the West, which is where Ben Murray here and Damon Curley, the top 2 tight ends are. Ben Murray, I definitely do like all that. That D run block, we haven't had that uncovered yet. First time we're seeing that, but the physicals look tremendous. B pass block, A for medium route, and awareness. So he does have good traits. Just 21 years old at 6'5", 248 out of Utah. Definitely someone we might target there. And just 2 more spots down the board here. Damon Curley, 6'4", 259 out of Arizona State. A for run block. Very good physicals as well. B pass block, C short route, A awareness. So both of these tight ends look pretty good, and both guys we might consider there with our one of our first round picks. But still, I don't think we need to make tight end our national scouting focus, as we are going to have a lot of scouting uncovered from having our focus there in the West at tight end with Murray and Curley there. So I think offensive tackle might be the spot we go, even though we have offensive tackle as our focus in the Northeast and Southeast regions. I think we need to pour even more resources into these spots. We have 3 potential first-round offensive tackles here in Cameron, McLean, and Hyde. A round 2 to 3 guy there in Albertson. And then at right tackle, 4 more first-round projections here. So I think it's really important to get a good feel of this offensive tackle class, as that's probably our top priority this season. But the interior offensive line looks a little bit weaker this year. I guess actually not bad. 2 first-round projected centers. A couple more here at right guard. And Cade Moreland, the top 10 projected right guard. He looks phenomenal when we looked at him a couple episodes back. I did a deep dive into this class. I think it might be last episode or the episode before. I'm not quite sure. Actually, I think it was last episode. So if you're into the draft, scouting all these guys, definitely go back and check out that episode. DN, it looks like a pretty strong DN class, but we poured so many resources last year into DNs. I don't think we're going to really look at pass rushers or defensive tackles as much, but the defensive tackle class looks really strong. We have a few guys here we're kind of targeting, monitoring. The linebacker class, not as strong, but there are a few guys up here, mostly speed rushers, power rushers, guys you're going to put up on the line rushing the passer. A few middle linebackers here, although the top projected guys here around 3 to 4, so really no blue chip linebackers here. Another speed rusher here, Britton Schwartz, a first round projection. No like field generals or pass coverage guys you're going to go after until maybe day 3 in this class. Then corner is certainly a spot I would consider. Actually, I don't know. Corner or offensive tackle, it's really, really close. We have, I think it was our central focus here on corners, which would be Nick Goddard from Texas, DeAndre Weber from Kansas, Donovan Davis from Oklahoma, Jaden McLeod, a couple day 2, day 3 guys, but 3 first-round corner projections, but that still leaves, Chris Whitworth, the top corner in the draft, Jamal Stoutmeyer, Jeff Underwood. So, with our northeast and southeast focus on offensive tackle, maybe we should pivot and go national focus at corner, which would probably cover a lot more players. I mean, you have a bunch of, obviously a bunch of corners on the board, maybe like 20 that are draftable. It seems like maybe about half of them going day 1, day 2. So corner or offensive tackle, it's going to come down to for our national scouting focus, but I really do think offensive tackle is a bigger priority. Even, some of these guys could kick inside to the interior, so you kind of get more bang for your buck in that spot. But still here at left tackle, only 5 draftable guys, but 4 of them are within the first 3 rounds, 3 within the first round. At right tackle, a lot more players here, though, as you get down to about 8 guys. So if we go offensive tackle scouting focus, we're kind of just focusing on like a handful of draftable players, whereas at corner, you're going to cover a bunch more guys that you might actually target in the draft. So it really comes down to, do we want to just, set our focus scouting to just look at a few targets that we're going to target maybe early in the draft, or do we go corner here and cover, some guys who are going to target throughout the later rounds, pretty much throughout day 3 and late day 2. But still, I think it really is important just to get a feel for this offensive tackle class. I think at corner we can probably, take a little more risk, just base it a little bit more off of their athletics, whereas at offensive tackle, you want to go more trait-based, more skill-based. So with that was kind of a tough one, but I think we will set our national scouting focus at offensive tackle, which works out very well for us because our 3-star scout here, Brian Townsend, that is his expertise. So we should get this offensive tackle class fully scouted. So with our scouting now in the books, we can keep simming along here. We'll simulate these next 2 games. We have one here against San Francisco, a big one here in the division, as we could go to the top with a win here. But the 49ers took both matchups last year, and we fall there 31-12 as the 49ers now kind of taking control here in the NFC West this season. And we'll take a look at the box score. Only 12 points. You hate to see that. And I think we had only field goals in this game. McDonald, 1 touchdown pass, 195 passing, 14 for 23, and Purdy, 83% completion percentage as he killed it. Trey Benson, just 9 for 33. Harrison Jr. had another great game, 8 for 115, a touchdown. Tony, 3 for 50. Sacks allowed. Brady Christensen there at left tackle. Talking about tackle, how we need to upgrade that. He gave up 2 sacks. Micah McFadden, another great game. 10 tackles, 9 for Darius Robinson. He's really coming alive. I think our team leader in sacks, as he also had 3 tackles for loss, a sack and a half. 2 tackles for loss for Wise Jr., 2 tackles for loss for Bobby Brown. Haven't heard anything from him this season. Signed him as a free agent, supposed to be a nice run clogging D tackle for us, but really haven't heard his number called at all. Blankenship 1 out of 2 on field goals, a long of 42. And then speaking of Darius Robinson, I said he might be our sack leader, and look at him, 3 skill points here, so he must have done something right. Former first-round pick out of Missouri, 87 strength, 79 block shed, 77 power move, 84 tackle. So with 3 skill points, we can really get that power move, that block shed up. So we'll start here. We'll just go power move. As he didn't see an overall boost, but that does get him +2 for finesse and +3 for power move. We'll go right back to it, and then we'll finish off with a run stopper. As a second power move here, gets him +2 block shed, nothing for the pass rush moves. And now going run stopper gets him up to 78 overall. As now +2 for play rec, +1 for block shed. As he's now up to 82 block shed, 80 power move, and 75 finesse move. And now we'll move through Cleveland here. Our Snowhawks now at 3-4. Cleveland at 3-5. And we'll sim here. I think we should be able to handle the Browns. Get back to 500. And we lose 47-17. I stand corrected. Disregard my last statement. As we've now dropped 3 in a row after a 2-game winning streak. I don't want to say a 2-game winning streak, but I guess we had back-to-back wins. We gave up 431 here to Cleveland. And I did see earlier in the season, Deshaun Watson has been having a tremendous season. They dropped 37 points on us in the first half, 27 there in the second quarter alone. It was 37-3 at halftime. Jeez Louise. Watson, 3 touchdown passes. McDonald, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown. He was 18 for 30. Rushing, only 8 for 25 for Benson. I don't know how we should get this running game going. Tony, 5 for 64. Harrison Jr., 3 for 58. Another touchdown for him. Mo Ali Cox, 5 for 48. Sacks allowed. Trey Turner had 1. Christensen gave up 1. Jack Gibbons led with 8 tackles. Tackle for loss. Simmons and Wise Jr. each with 1. Darius Robinson, another sack. KJ Britt, Darrell Taylor, a half sack each. Blankenship made a 50-yard field goal. And that was it here at the Browns. So now a 3-game losing streak for our Snowhawks, kind of coming back down to earth. As before, I think when we saw that mock draft, we were in a playoff spot, but certainly not anymore. We're now here in Los Angeles, Salt Lake City up 20-15. A wild game here from SoFi. 20-15. We've actually endured a safety in this game. The Rams just ended the third quarter with an 80-yard touchdown pass to Puka Nacua. As Lucas McDonald back out there here. Our Salt Lake City Snowhawks up 20-15, a 5-point lead. As the Rams have way more passing yards than we do, but Mac Jones, 3 interceptions in this game. 2 from Max Melton, so Max Melton absolutely going to haunt the nightmares of Mac Jones as he threw 2 interceptions to him last game, and now 2 interceptions to him in this game. Let's see if our Snowhawks can finish strong down the stretch. Both teams here 3-5. Our Snowhawks 3-1 in the division. If we could string away another division win here in this game as McDonald hit as he threw, that would just be absolutely phenomenal. But have to finish the job here. +4 in the turnover differential in this game, and you're still only up by 5 points. Not how you draw it up. McDonald now going to roll to his left, try and break out of pressure as he does, and he gets ahead for the first down. Now up the sideline, Lucas McDonald still going. As to be brought down there at the 43, that time for 29 yards. Great scamper there from Lucas McDonald. He's been very good throughout the course of his rookie season so far. Only 3 interceptions, going to give to Trey Benson here, as he'll get just 2. McDonald not setting the world on fire with his numbers, but he's been settling in nicely. As you see there, Mo Ali Cox now motions out. So go back the other way now. Swings out up the sideline. Now we're going to dump it under for Benson. That gets a 4-yard loss. Not how you draw that one up. Now 3rd and 12. McDonald out there empty. As he's going to be pressured, dumps it off, and that one's going to go to the feet there of Harrison Jr. As this drive stalls out, the Rams a chance to take the lead now as they're going to get the ball here. As Matt Ariza going to punt it from the 45. And he has been good this season. His first season here signed as a free agent. That one going to go out at the 5. Another great one as he pins the Rams back deep. And you see the receiving yards leaders in the NFL. Puka Nacua currently 2nd behind Rashee Rice. And number 5 there, Quincy Nobles of the Cleveland Browns, 6th round pick. Currently 5th in the NFL in receiving. Probably had a good number against us last week as we fell there. That was a tough loss to the Browns. And the Snowhawks, 15 points allowed today. And we ranked 29th on the season. So we're doing a good job. But all the turnovers that we forced, like I said, 3 interceptions, I guess a fumble recovered as well. As Mellon, 2 of those interceptions also came back here deep in the Rams territory. As Mac Jones down the field, and that's almost intercepted. That was the rookie Matthew Torrance out there, still looking for his first career interception. As now the Rams 3rd and 8 from their own 7-yard line. Jones going to fake it, now being chased here, and he's going to be brought down there. It does get 5 yards, but Xavier Thomas there in backside pursuit. Jack Gibbons to clean it up, and the Snowhawks going to force a punt here deep in the Rams territory. Less than 7 minutes now left in the game. Rams punting from their own end zone, as that's going to go all the way down to the 43. Fair caught. Lucas McDonald has to add some more points here, even 3, make it an 8-point game. They force the Rams into a backs against the walls type situation. As we'll start this drive again for Benson, trying to work it to the outside, breaks a tackle, can't really get the corner, and there's a flag on the play, probably holding. That was a hold on Jahan Dotson. Now make it 1st and 17. We'll go back to the running game here for Benson, has some room to the outside, and so he'll get 5. With the lack of success we've had in the running game, I get so excited even over a 5-yard gain. Now 2nd and 12, Ali Cox there in motion. McDonald going to roll to the right, and now he will run. McDonald just going to slide down, get 7. McDonald now over 50 rushing yards here, 3rd and 5 at the 48. More than halfway through this 4th quarter now. McDonald, good sense there against the blitz, as he's able to get that one off for Harrison Jr. 8 yards and a 1st down. Good composure there, staring down the linebacker blitz and just getting it off to your man who's wide open. And then McDonald off the play action, trying to step up, but he can't avoid the pressure as he'll be brought down there. That's Turner on the sack, going to force him back 2nd and 14. The Rams have had very good play up front over the course of this game. Now 2nd and 14. McDonald's going to swing that for Tony. Breaks the tackle as he's going to get going a little bit up the sideline. Gets another tackle. Tony's still going now inside the red zone, as that one's going to go for 30 yards. Nice little pitch and catch there, catch and run for Tony as he works that down into the red zone. Less than 4 minutes left in this game. A lot of horizontal passes in this offense, just like I've been stressing. Get it to your playmakers. McDonald now set up a screen for Eckler, as that's a good one. Gets the 1st down, gets 10. Not quite the 1st down. 2nd and inches now at the 5. A touchdown here all but wins the game, you would have to think, but you got to get it first as we hit the 3-minute mark. Now Dotson in motion. He'll get the jet touch pass here. Nothing doing. Brought down for a 3-yard loss. Jared Verse on the stop, having a tremendous season. Great start to his career so far. Big spot here for each side. McDonald going to try to roll to the left. Quick pressure, does get it off there for Tip Ryman, and he can't get anything going. Brought down there right after the catch. Strong tackle there from Spates. He had a very good game there. The last timeout, as this probably will take us into the 2-minute warning. A 20-15 game here. Blankenship going to try and make it an 8-point game. Just the Rams not much time to work with, though. Is this one going to be a 25-yard chip shot here for Blankenship, as that one is up. And that one is good. Make it 23-15, but still just 1 possession here for the Rams. Mac Jones coming back out there. 238, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. So only 11 incompletions. 3 of those went to the other team, as he does have a chance at redemption here. Taking over at the 31. 1:53 left in the game. Last time he had a chance to lead a game-tying, a go-ahead drive here against the Snowhawks. It didn't go that great, although this time a good start to the drive, 9 yards. 2nd and 1 now at the 40. Mac Jones, a quick one there, trying for Nacua, as that one out of his reach. And we talked about how it's a pretty stacked quarterback class. The Rams may be in the market to drafting a quarterback along with the Seattle Seahawks. And Mac Jones there has a man, Cooper Kupp, in the soft spot. That goes for 13. Rams now into Snowhawks territory. 1:41 remaining, 2 timeouts. Mac Jones in the pocket, as he'll fire there. Another bad throw there out of the reach of his man, as it's now 2nd down. Can't believe Max Melton here today, though. 2 more interceptions, 4 total against Mac Jones. Mac Jones over the middle has a man there, Cooper Kupp in his hands maybe. I'm not sure if Maddox got a piece of it or not, or if that was just a blatant drop, but 3rd and 10 either way. 1:32 left. Rams still here at the 47-yard line. Kyron Williams, the running back for the Rams, going to be a free agent here this coming offseason. Now Nacua, a great catch over the middle there, working against Matthew Torrance. And now make it 5 for 117 for Nacua, as he's trying to win the receiving championship this year. Jones, time to throw here again, has his man. That's Cooper Kupp on a curl that time, as he works that inside the 20 now in the red zone. The Rams, 1 timeout remaining, just over a minute left in this game. Jones to the sideline has Kupp, and that'll get 1. The clock does stop. 1:02 left here for the Rams to drop back even. Mac Jones out there empty. Again, sitting in the pocket, fires for the end zone. That's knocked down. Matthew Torrance had that one in his hands. Great play on the ball. If only he could have hauled it in. Now 3rd down here for LA. Mac Jones sitting in the pocket again. Going to fire for the end zone. That one, just throwing that one away as it'll bring up 4th down. Do or die here for the Rams. You need a 1st down. Mac Jones again, time to throw. Fires. And he hooks up there with Puka Nacua. Who else? Mac Jones there on 4th and 9. Desperate spot. And he stays composed, finds his man. As Nacua wide open there, going to the corner of the end zone. As he does get both feet down, it looked like. And now the Rams do need a 2-point conversion here to tie it up. We'll see if we can hang strong in this spot. They stack the line. Single back there is Williams. Mac Jones directly under center. Going to drop back here. Mac Jones fires, has a man, and that's caught through the big hit. Tyler Higbee hangs on as this crazy game continues. As we're now tied up 23-23. A wacky one here from LA. McDonald now out to hopefully lead a game-winning drive here. 44 seconds left. You still have 3 timeouts. Starting here at the 24. Probably got to get 40 yards or so. At least. McDonald on the drop back has a man over the middle. That's Jahan Dotson, as he'll take that to midfield as Salt Lake City calls their first timeout. And you get pretty much half of what you needed on that one. Close to it. Give us another 15-20, and then we're in business. A fake there as McDonald over the middle has a man, and that's going to be caught by Kadarius Toney all the way down to the 25-yard line. Is now the Rams the team to call the timeout. Just 2 quick hits in the passing game get us into field goal range. I just hope watching this game that the AI doesn't do anything crazy. Hopefully they just don't let the time expire or anything. They play it well, as now we'll just go Benson as he's running off a block, taken down after 2. So the Snowhawks do call a timeout. Now 2nd and 8. Probably the last play they would run before kicking a field goal, you would think. They give there to Eckler. That's going to make it 3rd and 3. And I don't know what happened, but kind of what I was saying, end of regulation, and it didn't work out how I wanted. That they let the time run out. Prime spot to take a field goal, so I'm not really sure how to work around that. And that is just absolutely inexplicable here. Madden has to figure this out, so we will go to overtime. And we should have had the game-winning field goal attempt there, but what are you going to do? As we'll now look to overtime here. We'll have to win it here. Rams win the toss, and they're going to start with the ball. So the Rams here starting at the 29. They'll give here for Williams, as he's neutralized there, just 1 yard. Now 2nd and 9 at the 29. Mac Jones on the drop back. Xavier Thomas was closing in. Gets it off for Higbee. It's fumbled. And Jalen Thompson picks it up. The 5th turnover here for the Rams. As the Salt Lake City Snowhawks will take over now at the 31. 5 turnovers for the Rams. Just absolutely, horrendous performance. You never want to go -5 in the turnover differential. But, just getting this game to overtime in itself was kind of a miracle. As now another chance here for the Snowhawks to close it out. Salt Lake City now takes over at the 31 as they bring out the fullback here. Trey Benson will take that ahead for 3. 2nd and 8 now at the 28. If we come out here with a win, no harm, no foul, but still my message stands. Madden has to figure it out. Now 2nd and 8, McDonald. Swing that to the sideline, has Dotson, and that gets a few. Now 3rd and 2 here at the 22. Just run it. You don't got to do anything crazy. Just run it. Center the football here for Blankenship. As Benson going to rip off a big one now down there to the 12-yard line, 10 yards. Maybe his biggest of the day. And they're going to keep the offense out there as we hit the 5-minute mark here. I say just kick the field goal, take the win. But I guess you want to get a little bit closer. Maybe just find pay dirt altogether. McDonald to the end zone here. And that's going to be knocked down. There's no need for that. Now 2nd and 10 at the 12. We do not want to make it easy for ourselves here with a field goal. Just dump it off there for Eckler as he does now to the sideline, towards the sideline, as Eckler gets 7. Now a 3rd and 3 here at the 5. Ollie Cox there in motion. As McDonald, a drop back here, going to roll it. Scramble there. McDonald into the end zone for the touchdown. And I guess we did make it a little more hard for ourselves throughout the course of this game. But what a wacky one, as I said, here in Los Angeles, as the Salt Lake City Snowhawks, another overtime victory. The first win in our franchise history came by way of overtime victory, And this time, Lucas McDonald putting matters into his own hands as he runs us to a victory here. Now 4-1 in division play. Just one more matchup left with the 49ers as we sweep our season series against the Seahawks and the Rams. And what is showing here from our Snowhawks? A little disgruntled I was a few moments ago, I do have to admit, but hopefully you can understand, my frustration in that spot. There's no need for this whole overtime period, but we'll take it. We'll take the win. As this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. Thank you so much for watching. It was a fun episode. I think we're going to end now at 4-5 on the season so far. Probably going to end, with a hopefully bottom of the top 10 there in the top 10 pick when it comes to the NFL draft. But a fun season so far for our Snowhawks. Max Melton certainly in line, I would think, to be Defensive Player of the Week again after another multiple interception performance. And to close out, we will just take a look at our stats here real quick. And just, another note on Lucas McDonald, never doing too much. He really just always does what we need him to do to win football games. 235, a passing touchdown, no interceptions. Again, a clean game there as Mac Jones, 4 interceptions for him. Running the rock, 17 for 48 was Benson, 57 and a touchdown on the ground there for McDonald, 2 for 7 and a touchdown for Eckler, 5 for 38, a touchdown for Mo Ali Cox. Eckler, 4 for 57. So he had probably his best output so far during this season. 4 for 58 was Dotson. Tony, 3 for 63. And Harrison Jr. just 1 catch as he's blanked pretty much for the first time in this series. Christensen, another 2 sacks given up. He really has to put it together. A sack for Darrell Taylor and rookie Caleb Patton. 2 interceptions for Max Melton. 1 for Jalen Thompson and Avonte Maddox. Thompson also had that fumble recovery there in overtime. 3 for 3 was Rodrigo Blankenship. And that's going to do it here, folks. Thank you so much for watching. As always, it's been real and be well. I'll see you next time.